Once upon a time in Bugland, a big storm came. The wind whooshed, the rain poured, and the ground turned squishy and muddy. After the storm, all the little bugs were worried. Under a giant oak tree, Mr. Locust the grasshopper called a meeting. "We need to make sure everyone is safe," he said in his chirpy voice. The ants lined up and started counting everyone. The bees buzzed around, looking for their friends. But Mrs. Shongololo, the millipede, was very upset. "Where's Mr. Shongololo?" she cried. "He always comes back after a storm." Mr. Locust gently patted her on the shoulder. "Don't worry, Mrs. Shongololo," he said. "We'll find him." He quickly formed a search party. 2 dragonflies flew up high, 2 crickets hopped through the grass, and a centipede to crawl along the muddy paths. "Find Mr. Shongololo and bring him home," said Mr. Locust. While the search party looked everywhere, the bugs kept busy fixing their homes and helping neighbors. But Mrs. Shongololo just paced back and forth, her many legs trembling with worry. Soon, the dragonflies spotted Mr. Shongololo near a big, muddy puddle. He was sitting on a rock, looking very tired and scrubbing mud off his hundreds of tiny boots. "Mr. Shongololo," the dragonflies called. "Why didn't you come to the oak tree? Everyone's worried about you." Mr. Shongololo looked up and sighed. "Oh, you don't know how hard it is to have so many legs. All 250 of my boots are full of sticky mud. I can't walk with dirty boots." The crickets hopped over and laughed kindly. "Don't worry, we'll help," they said. The dragonflies brought water from the puddle. The centipede scraped off the mud with her legs, and the crickets polished each tiny boot until they sparkled like new. "Thank you, friends," said Mr. Shongololo, standing tall on his many clean boots. "Now I can walk again." The search party brought him back to the big oak tree. Mrs. Shongololo was so happy she ran to him, almost tripping over her own feet. She hugged him with all her legs. "I'm so glad you're safe," she said. Everyone cheered and laughed. They threw a big party under the oak tree. The bugs sang songs, danced, and shared sweet nectar. Mr. Shongololo smiled. "Next time, I'll need more help with my boots after a storm," he joked. From that day on, the bugs promised to always look out for one another, no matter what. As the golden sun dipped below the horizon, the insects cheerfully returned to their cozy homes, their hearts warm with the comfort of knowing everyone was safe. Mr. Grasshopper lingered for a moment, gazing at the colorful sky. With a smile, he whispered softly, "There's no place like home," before hopping off to join his family.